Hello students, welcome back to accountancy classes of Sri Mahavir International School. I hope you all have studied our first video of this chapter. So now we are going to start question number 2. Maybe you have solved this question because it is also similar to question number 1. Just for your convenience, I am solving here this question number 2. So let's start this. Show the accounting equation on the basis of the following and present a balance sheet and on the last new equation balances. What you have to do in this question, that the same first format is the same, that you have to make a statement of accounting equation and at last you have to present a balance sheet according to your final equation. Okay, so let's start the question. First of all, the same point that we have to identify that which assets account will be opened in this question or which are the liabilities account that will be opened in this question. The first point is here, Manu started business with cash. You can find this, you can notice this, that in every question you will find first transaction that will be that started business with cash. So whenever you are going to start any business with cash, then two accounts will be affected. I think now you have become intelligent. You can also tell me this point, that what two accounts will be affected here, that will be cash account and capital account. So here first write cash, or the second column we already have, that is capital. Okay. Second point, bought furniture for rupees 500. You have purchased, what that is purchased? Purchased furniture for rupees 500. So the first account that will be affected, furniture account. You have purchased furniture, it means your furniture increased. So first account will be affected, that is furniture account, and second account, that is cash account, because your cash will decrease. Okay, one point here you can ask, or that question may be in your mind, that ma'am, how did you find here that furniture is purchased only in cash? Because nothing is mentioned in the question that your furniture was purchased in cash or credit. So there is a logic behind this, that whenever you have given in the question name of a person, so it means that asset or that goods is purchased on credit. Suppose that in the same question, if it is given that bought furniture from Ram, bought furniture from Ram, it means name is given, so that furniture will be considered as credit purchase. Okay, but nothing is given here, it is given only bought furniture for, it means this is cash purchase. Okay. Third point, purchased goods on credit. You have purchased goods on credit, it means stock. The first account, stock account, and second is creditors. Purchased goods on credit means creditors account. Fourth point, sold goods on cash. You have selling goods, it means stock account, and cash, it means cash account. Received rent, you have received rent, it means income. So whatever income is there, it will increase your cash account and capital account, both we have already in the question. Purchased goods for cash, stock account and cash account. Withdrew for personal use. This is a new point for you. Withdrew for personal use, it means it is drawing. The owner is drawing the money from the business, that is for personal use. It means it will decrease your cash and capital. Okay. Paid to creditors. You are paying to your creditors, it means your creditors will decrease or cash will also decrease, because you are paying in the form of cash. So cash will also decrease or creditors will also decrease. Paid for salaries. Salaries you are paying, it means this is your expense, so this will decrease your cash account and capital account. Okay, it means we have to categorize the assets only in three parts, that are cash, furniture or stock. So fourth column we will make for total assets. This is total assets. Okay, now let's start with the first transaction. First transaction is here, Manu started business with cash. Manu started business with cash. Rupees 50,000. 50,000 is the starting amount that he is investing into the business. So 50,000 cash will increase by 50,000, and the same amount your capital will also increase by 50,000. There is no effect on furniture and stock. Okay. Now total assets. Total assets is the total of all three assets. So 50, no and no amount. It means 50,000. And here no effect on creditors. So match the equation after first transaction. Cash 50,000, nil, furniture, stock nil, total assets 50,000, creditors nil, capital 50,000. Second point, bought furniture for 500 rupees. Bought furniture for rupees 500. You have purchased furniture of 500 only. It means furniture increased and your cash decreased. Decreased means minus, that is shown in bracket. No effect on stock. Total assets, the same amount is in plus, same amount is in minus. It means total assets will be nil. No effect on creditors and capital. So match the equation. $50,000 minus 500, it is 49,500. Furniture 500. No amount for stock. Total assets. Vertically it is 50,000. Check the horizontally also. 49,500 plus 500, it is 50,000. Creditors nil. 50,000 is your capital. Let's move on the third transaction. Purchased goods on credit 4,000. Purchased goods on credit rupees 4,000. 4,000 you have purchased goods. It means your stock will increase by 4,000, but you are purchasing it on credit. It means there will not be effect on cash. Credit purchase is related to creditors. It means your creditors will increase by 4,000. No effect on cash and furniture. Total assets. Total assets is 4,000. No effect on capital. Again match the equation. Cash. What is the amount of cash? 49,500. Furniture 500. Stock 4,000. Total assets 50 plus 4. It is 54,000. Match it horizontally also. 49,500 plus 500. 50,000 plus 4,000. That is 54,000. 4,000 is your amount of creditors and 50 is capital. Assets equals to liabilities plus capital. Don't forget this equation. 54,000 equals to 4,000 plus 50,000. It means 54,000. Next point. Sold goods on cash. Cost rupees 500 and you are selling in 700. Sold goods on cash. Cost 500 and you are selling it in 700. It means your stock that you are selling, it was of rupees 500. So your stock will decrease by only 500, but you are selling these goods in 700 rupees. It means your cash will increase by 700. Now what is the differential amount? Stock was of rupees 500, but you are selling it in 700. It means you have gained a profit of rupees 200. So profit is a kind of income for you. It will increase your capital. So 200 will be added to your capital. Okay. Furniture, no effect. Total assets. 700 is in plus, 500 is in minus. So total assets will be increased by 200 only. No effect on creditors. Again match the equation. $49,500 plus 700, it will be 50,200, 500, 3,500, 54,200, 4,000, 50,200. Again match. 54,200, this is vertically your total assets. Match it horizontally also. 50,200 plus 500, that is 50,700. 53,700 plus 500, that is 54,200. Total assets is equals to liabilities plus capital. Easily you can see that this is matching your equation. Let's move on the fifth transaction. Received rent rupees 200. Received rent rupees 200. 200 you are receiving rent. It means this is income for you, and every income will be added to your cash and capital. So 200 will be added to cash, and the same 200 will be added to your capital. No effect on furniture and stock. Total assets will be increased by 200. No effect on creditors. Again match the equation. 50,200 plus 200, it is 50,400, 500, 3,500, 54,400, 4,000 and 50,400. This is your equation after fifth transaction. Now let's move on the sixth transaction. Purchased goods for cash rupees 1,000. Purchased goods for cash rupees 1,000. It means 1,000 you have purchased goods, your stock increased by 1,000. You are purchasing this time in cash. It means your cash decreased by 1,000. No effect on furniture, total assets. The same amount is in plus and minus, so no effect on total assets. Creditors and capital will also be nil. Again match the equation. 50,400 minus 1,000, 49,400, 500, 4,500, 54,400. Here 4,000 and 50,400. Match the equation. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Is it satisfied or not? It means like here 54,400 and 4,000 plus 50,400, that is also 54,400. It means your question is going correct. Transaction number 7. Withdrew for personal use 700 rupees. Withdrew for personal use 700 rupees. 700 rupees you are withdrawing from the business. It means it will deduct your cash because you are withdrawing in the form of cash. So it will decrease your cash and capital. No effect on furniture and stock. 700 will be as it is in total assets and no effect on creditors. Match the equation now. 49,400 minus 700, it will be 48,700. 500, 4,500, it will be 53,700, 4,000 and 49,700. Match the equation. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. 8th transaction. Paid to creditors. Paid to creditors amount 400. You are paying to your creditors only 400. Amount of creditors for 4,000. Means here you can see your creditors are of rupees 4,000. But out of 4,000 you are paying to your creditors only 400. So by 400 your cash will decrease. And here your creditors will decrease because now your creditors are of rupees 3,600 only. No effect on furniture and stock. Total assets 400 as it is. No effect on capital. Again match the equation. (48,700 minus 400). 48 300, 500, 4,500, 53,300, 3,600 and 49,700. Let's move on the 9th transaction, that is last transaction. Paid for salary is 200 only. Did you notice one thing here, that in this question the owner or the businessman is a very of small size business, because he is paying salary of rupees only 200. Otherwise in today's world, who pays 200 rupees salary? Getting? So 200 rupees you are paying of salaries, it means this is your expense. This will decrease your cash and capital. 200 rupees in cash and the same 200 rupees in capital. So now no effect on furniture and stock. Total assets will also decrease by 200. No effect on creditors. Now it will be your final equation, because all transactions have completed. So write here final equation. 48,300 minus 200, 48,100, 500 rupees of furniture, stock 4,500, 53,300 minus 200, 53,100, 3,600 and here 49,500. Match this final equation. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Yes, it is 53,100. This is the first portion of this question, that first you have to prepare the statement that is showing various effect of various transaction on accounting equation. We have completed all 9 transactions, and one more benefit for you, that if you don't have book, so you can see the transactions here also, because I have written all the transaction here. So on the basis of these transactions you can understand the effect of this transaction in this question. Now just note it down fast. Then the second portion of this question we will prepare, that is balance sheet. So note it down fastly if you want, otherwise you can take screenshot also, whatever you want, but you have to study it properly. You have to write this in your notebook also, just for further use. Okay, do it fast. We will prepare balance sheet after this. I am preparing balance sheet here due to lack of space. Just I have removed this portion, but it doesn't matter, because you have able to see your asset also and the amount of asset also. Okay, so see balance sheet. For balance sheet we will write as on, because balance sheet is ever prepared on the last day of the financial year. So it is as on. There is no date mentioned in the question, so just we will leave it blank. We don't have any date in the question. So first of all, make a proper format of balance sheet. It will contain on the liabilities and all the assets. This is the format of balance sheet. It will show liabilities, amount, assets and amount. Okay. So let's start with the first asset, cash. Cash is your asset, amount is 48,100. So show here cash 48,100. Second asset, that is your furniture of rupees 500. Furniture of rupees 500. Stock of rupees 4,500. Stock of rupees 4,500. Why did I do this? That furniture I wrote at last and stock I wrote after cash. There is a reason behind it, and cash and stock both are type of current assets. That's why I wrote here together. And furniture is a kind of fixed assets. That's why I wrote it at last. Okay. Yes, let's move on the creditors liability side. First of all, you have creditors. So write here creditors of rupees 3,600, and the second one you have capital. It is of rupees 49,500. Now match both sides. Are these equal or not? You will total the asset side. It will be 53,100, and the same you have to total the capital and liabilities. It is also 53,100. This is the important thing, that your balance sheet should be matched. Suppose that if there is any variation in the balance sheet, it means your question is wrong of accounting equation also. The same accounting equation is followed here, that assets are equals to liabilities plus capital. Liabilities means creditors are part of liabilities, and capital is a different term. Capital is already a head, so there is no any subhead under the capital, but creditors are the subhead of liabilities head. So liabilities plus capital equals to all assets. Okay, this is your simple question. This is the question number 2nd. On the basis of this second question, this is the A portion of second question. On the basis of this A portion, you will solve question number 2nd B and question number 3rd, 4th, whatever you can do, but 2 or 3 questions you can solve now on the basis of these questions. Balance sheet you don't have to prepare in every question. If that is mentioned in the question that prepare the balance sheet also, then you have to prepare, otherwise it is not necessary. Just show only accounting equations. Okay, now I am telling you here just 2 or 3 small questions that are of 1 mark or 2 mark, that may be in exam. So just I am telling you these small questions. Yes, suppose that total assets are of rupees 10 lakh and outsider liabilities in the business, it is of rupees 3 lakh. Then you have to find the capital. It is very simple question. If you have solved these long numerical question, then it is only a piece of cake for you. Just it is a simple question. How? First of all, just see that what 3 items we need in the accounting equation, that are assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Okay, so first point you have assets, second point you have liabilities, and third point you have capital. So just form this question in accounting equation. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Put the value of asset. Total assets you have of rupees 10 lakh, liabilities you have of rupees 3 lakh, and capital you have to find the amount of capital. So you can assume it as X. Otherwise you can write here capital also. So you have to find the value of X. So just 3 lakh rupees will be deducted from this 10 lakh rupees, as you studied equation in class 10th also. So 10 lakh rupees minus 3 lakh rupees equals to X. How this 3 lakh is in minus? It is a rule of mathematics that whenever we are changing the side of any amount, so sign will be changed of that amounts. So 3 lakh is in minus in right hand side. It is transferred to left hand side, so it will be in minus. 10 lakh minus 3 lakh, 7 lakh equals to X. X is termed as your capital. It means your capital will be answered as 7 lakh rupees. This is only a small numerical question. It may be asked in the exam of 1 mark, 2 mark, whatever. Let's take one more question like this. Capital of a business. Capital of a business is rupees 5 lakh. Outsider liabilities are of rupees 2 lakh. Outsider liabilities rupees 2 lakh, and you have to find the total assets in the question. The same point you have to notice the 3 terms that we need in accounting equation. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Asset you have to find, liabilities you are given in the question, and capital also you are given in the question. So just first form the accounting equation. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Asset you have to find, you don't have the amount of asset. Liabilities, just put the amount of liabilities here, 2 lakh plus capital, that is of rupees 5 lakh. It means the amount of your asset is 7 lakh rupees. This is your final answer. So these are some basic questions normal questions. Now in the next video we will start a little bit higher question of this chapter. Till then you solve the questions. That's all for today. Thank you so much.